Now we're going to move to a little bit of a somber side of life as WCRL, the Blount County and Aniana and Blount County overall lost a true legend here in the county, and Rob Rice. Rob passed away last Thursday morning. What some devastating news to a guy that truly was Blount County sports, was Aniana sports. He was the radio voice for WCRL since 1992 and did it through about 2 years ago. For about 26 years, he was the man of Blount County radio. You know, I had a chance to work with Rob in several games, 3 games total. I did 2 basketball games with him, a girls game and a boys game over at Cleveland, and then I had the opportunity to do a football game with him, with me doing play-by-play as Aniana several years ago played Locust Fork here at home and won that game 62-0. Never told Rob this, but I was nervous as could be. A young guy like me, have a chance to broadcast with a guy who would tell you he's not a legend, but in my eyes he was. He was a role model for me in the broadcasting world, and that smooth voice we'll never get to hear again over the airwaves of WCRL. His wife Jamie, his whole family, Jacob, his son, I feel so bad for those people. We're truly going to miss him, but he had the chance to work with some other great people, and I've talked to them all, going from Mike Criswell, Jeremy Hyde, Donnie Ray, Danny Robinson, Ed Parrish, Brian Kirk, Adam and Jason from Cleveland, the Locust Fork crew with Greg and Jeffrey, Justin Waddle and Matthew Fallon over at Susan Moore, Brian Hawkins at Appalachian, the Hayden crew with Robert and Bo. You had Paul DeBose over at Pennington, the Jeff Gibbs and Colton Costa. And then the Southeastern crew of Alan Blankenship and David Soha. We hate to see this happen. We hate to lose Rob. There are no words to really describe what Rob meant to me, especially. Those sayings that he always had, the touchdown calls, and we'll play a montage here in a few minutes, but those touchdown calls for Aniana footballs, I've had a chance to listen to those games over the last couple of days. It's been quite a tearjerker, but the 2 phrases I'm going to miss the most hearing from him were, "Hey, buddy," and if you asked him how he was doing, he was always average at best. That was Rob Rice. He was always average at best. But in my eyes, he was the best. He was the legend of Aniana and Blount County sports. So we're going to play a montage of some of his games and some Coach's Corner stuff from throughout the years of his time with WCRL. So for Rob, a good morning, a good evening, and a good night to Rob Rice.
All right, here we go. We'll do it in 3, 2, 1. This time Reeves, like he's a little more straight away, and Alvin Scott will back up to about the 20, kind of shaded toward the middle of the field. Jalen Johnson will sort of drop back there with it. Well, let's see what Reeves does. He approaches it, hits it, squib kick on the ground. Taken by Houston Phillips and up back. He'll bring it across the right side and break it across the 50, 45, 43-yard line. Goes Houston Phillips. And if somebody doesn't grab him there, you had Sam Fennell, also Matt Jones. Houston might have brought that thing back for a touchdown. They'll put him at the 44.
I thought overall, and to start offensively, I thought possibly the best game that Coe's had all year. I know he's had games he threw for more yardage, but 12 of 17, a little over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he was a threat on the ground. And just a sophomore coach, had to be awful proud of him.
Good first quarter. Only on initial possession of the game, second down, less than a yard for the first down from the Bulldog 1. O'Toole under center gives to Smith, right up the middle, touchdown. Touchdown, Oneonta. 9:38 to play, first quarter. And the Redskins take the opening possession of the game, 44 yards. Nice mixture of the run and the pass. And the Redskins on top, 6-0. 3 backs in the backfield. O'Toole in the shotgun. In front of him, offset to the left, is Latta. Offset to the right is Jones. The deep back is Smith. And O'Toole just going to launch the fade. Deep corner left side. A one-handed grab. Touchdown, Jalen Johnson. Wow. Now that double wing look. Smith, the running back. O'Toole, play fake. He's dropping back, looking over the middle. Pass deep in the end zone, off a pair of hands. Caught by Scott, touchdown. Alvin Scott with his own personal tip drill. It looked like Matt Jones, the safety, mistimed it just a little bit. Cut in front. Got a hand on it. Scott went right to him. He tapped it up in the air, pulled it in at the 1, and then just kind of spun into the end zone. 25 yards on the touchdown. First and goal from the Bulldog 11. O'Toole, Smith with him in the backfield. Jones offset to the left, now motions to the right. Play fake. O'Toole dropping back at Brock Latta wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown. The tight end Latta released down the seam and then ran the corner. And he got free of the linebacker, 11 yards on the pass. One wide out either side, a wing on the right. Smith, the running back. Now they'll motion Scott back. And Scott will get the speed sweep outside, cuts it back up in. 3-2-1 touchdown. Alvin Scott looked outside, cut it back inside. Chase Brown, the outside linebacker, did a nice job turning him back inside. But I tell you what, that sophomore right tackle, Cody Talbert, 6'1", 244. He made a nice block and freed Scott for the 6-yard touchdown run. About 8 yards on what's going to be the final snap of the night. Folks, Oneonta, very good football team, and the Redskins winning. Final score, Oneonta 42, Susan Moore nothing. We'll be back and wrap it up here in just a little bit.
Hello.
Joe Willie, Rob Wright.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy. It's a good time. All right, here we go. We'll do it in 3, 2,